Yeah, well, when we did that tour with them a while back, the whole plan was to finish the record on the tour.
Sure.
While we were over there, and it was just way too busy. And we did some stuff. We worked on some stuff a little bit, but just not to the extent that we really wanted to. And we kind of felt like it would. I would love to write with him. I really respect him. Not only as a songwriter and a musician, an artist, but just respect him as a person.
Sure.
Like he just holds himself well. He's just a gentleman. He's a good dude. And yeah, I mean, I would love to work with him. And I think the feeling's mutual. And
Sure.
one of these days, we'll get around to doing it.
Fair
but
enough.
we had planned to kind of hold off and wait till we kind of got into like a time frame where we could actually sit down in front of each other and write together.
Sure.
Rather than just like mailing stuff back and forth.
Right. So let's talk a little bit about your transition from playing full time in Hot Water Music to doing what you're doing now. Rumble Seat was happening while Hot Water was happening, sort of on a back burner, and then transition into your full time solo thing. How was that a natural transition for you then?
Yeah, it was totally natural because it's not really. It really isn't anything different than what I've been doing, for years, other than the fact that I've just been putting more focus on it.
Sure.
I mean, that's all it is. Back in the old days, like even early days of Hot Water, we wrote a lot of stuff on acoustic, and I played a lot of acoustic stuff even before Hot Water, and then Chris and I did a bunch of stuff together. And, I mean, it was just definitely a natural progression, but when we kind of went on the indefinite hiatus or whatever,
right?
Like as everyone calls it,
right?
You want some orange?
I'm good, man. Thank you.
The boys, those fellas started doing the draft, and a lot of people got the wrong idea. I mean, they thought that we just wanted to break up, or a lot of people thought I broke up Hot Water. There was just a lot of stuff going around in
Sure.
the media, and in all, it simply was just the fact that we just needed a break, and it had nothing to do with not wanting to play music or not wanting to write music.
Right.
I've never stopped doing that, and I can't say that I ever will. Can't say that I ever could,
right.
Even if I wanted to.
Right.
It's just something that I feel like I need to do, have to do, want to do. Like I'm passionate about it, but to me, it's just how I hack life as well.
Sure.
Yeah. So I mean, the boys were doing the draft, and I went back into my trade, into carpentry, and just kind of kept working just to make ends meet, and but I never stopped writing music.
Mm-hmm.
And it was my wife who actually one day just coming home from work, and we're cooking and doing our thing, and I just sit around and kind of mess with songs, and she just encouraged me to get out and go record these songs that I'd been messing around with in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And I did, and then she booked me a show, like a friend's birthday party with Sam I Am and some other friends of ours, and yeah, the Lonely Kings, and it just all kind of snowballed from there.
Right.
And then, like, in all honesty, at the time, I didn't really want to tour. I didn't really want to, I wanted to write and record records.
Sure.
And I wanted to build homes. And at the time, we were planning on starting a custom home building business. And
oh, wow.
I was in school to get my California General B contractor's license. And right at that same time, Side One Dummy got interested. They wanted to put out some new records, and and then the housing market just took a dive, and so everything
kind of coalesced there. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it was really it's really tough. Starting it. I'm sure it's tough for anybody trying to start any kind of business.
Absolutely.
If they're doing it on their own.
Yep.
And for us, I mean, just to kind of start it, like the bare bones to try and start a custom home building business, it was brutal, but, so we just kind of, offers started coming in, and people just said, hey, come play here, we'll give you, $100, and come
Sure.
over here, and we'll give you a couple $100, and then we're just kind of seeing all that happen, and just snowballed.